We made a couple roster moves. We put Justin Phillips, a practice squad linebacker, on the active 53. We signed Dakota Allen, a linebacker off of the Rams practice squad, who we like. We saw him play practice against us. And we signed Quentin Poling to our practice squad to be a linebacker. So we had 3 linebackers change their status, and unfortunately we had to make a couple moves. We released Ryan Grant, wide receiver, and I'll answer any questions that I can.
What happened with Grant? You were excited to get him, and he started week 1. What's changed so quickly for him?
Well, obviously we've had some injuries to Dwayne Harris. We had a receiver that we thought was going to be here playing. It didn't work out, and roles have changed. And unfortunately, we had to make some changes to help solve some of our issues. And that was a tough decision for us. We're going to miss him. He's a good player.
I feel like we had, I don't know how much they practiced today, but Perfect was out there, Morrow was out there. Do you need all these linebackers, even with those 2 guys out there?
Yeah, I mean, we need them. I mean, we potentially need them. We're not sure if they're going to play. Right now, they're out there in a limited fashion. You got to have linebackers. You know, last week we ran out. It was uncomfortable. So we've replenished the group, and hopefully guys can get healthy and play. Markel Lee, I'm sorry, also went on IR. So that was how we had another spot available.
What did you guys like about Allen? I mean, you mentioned seeing him play in preseason.
Yeah, he's a young guy. He's got life in his legs. He's a contact player. He's got some range, physical player. Just needs a chance. And hopefully he cashes in on this opportunity.
You talked the other day about using a lot more 2 tight ends, having some success with this year. What do you like about that, and why is it working for you guys?
I think both our tight ends can block. I don't ever want to just turn this into a fantasy football. How many catches do our tight ends? Our tight ends can block. So if we get a nickel defense, we feel like we can run the football. And if they come out in the base defense, we think our guys are versatile enough to be functional and do a lot of things in the passing game. So that's a really good personnel grouping for us, one we're going to continue to probe and utilize.
This is a different Colts team that most people expected heading into the season without Andrew Luck. How are they different with Brissett, and what have you seen on film from them?
Well, they did a good job getting Brissett. You know, not a lot of teams have a superstar quarterback retire and can turn the ball over to a guy like this. You know, Brissett's a winner. He's a heck of a player. And he's getting paid well, too, now. He's not your average Dayton Flyer like me. I mean, this guy's a hell of a player. So I don't want to underestimate him at all. He is doing an excellent job. They have a violent offensive line. They can rock you, man. They can really run the football. And Brissett is an experienced, composed quarterback that has arm talent and has escapability. So they're going to be a handful.
You said earlier, you mentioned roles have changed. I was just wondering, did the changes in the receiver group, has that made you sort of reassess how just to run the offense in the first?
Yeah, it's caused us a little bit of rethinking. You know, when you lose your starting Z, who arguably is a great player, and I don't think anyone's going to dispute that, you have to replace him. And we're making an effort to move Tyrell around. We're bringing on some younger guys. J.J. Nelson also got hurt. Don't forget that. He was hurt. Dwayne Harris got hurt. So we've had some multiple things to deal with, and we're dealing with it.
Has there been any thought to moving Joyner back to safety at all, or do you like him?
He's all right where he is. I know his snap count wasn't real high last week, but they ran the ball. They really weren't in 11 personnel or 3 wides, and like most teams are. And he has that capability, but we're going to leave him right where he is. We think he's an outstanding slot corner.
What's been the difference in Derek from the first game through the last 2? Has it just been what's going on around him, or?
I think he's done some good things. You know, I'm not going to put it all on Derek. You know, we take responsibility as a play caller. You know, I'm calling the plays and designing some of this stuff, so I put it on myself. He's doing a good job. You know, getting stuffed on 4th and a foot isn't his fault. You know, he didn't miss the blitz pickup in the red zone. We had a ball that could have been caught, could have set up points at the end of the half. he's doing some good things. I'm not going to sit here and say that we're a finished product yet. We've gone through a lot of change through the first 3 weeks, and we played 2 really good teams, actually 3 really good defenses in back-to-back weeks.
How different is the challenge from Dalvin Cook to Mack for the
And
Colts?
it's a challenge every week. I think the big thing with the Colts is, they're built on this AstroTurf. They have speed at wide receiver. They have a spread offensive system that you have to account for. They can spread the field, and you got to deal with every RPO known to man. They can also close the ranks with 3 tight ends. They have 3 tight ends that hurt us last year bad, and they can pound it down your throat. You ask Nelson and you ask those guys up front. The center's a first-rounder. Nelson's the top 5 pick. Costanzo's the number 1 pick. The right tackle's coming into his own. So we're going to have a lot of things to deal with. Get ready for it. Anxious to play.
Going back to Joyner, do you want to see him on the field more often? If that's the case, if they use those alignments, and he's going to have them.
Well, the idea is not for him to be standing next to me. So, last week's game, given the situation, we'll take credit for that as a staff. But we're going to leave him right where he is, and we'll have some creative roles for him down the stretch.